Going to switch gears. Let's get back to the corporate boardroom. Yeah.
All right.
All right. You check so many boxes. So scaling companies, they start out with advisory boards, but when they're at their first fiduciary board of directors, what would you be seeking in a high-performing company, Kelly, for this important milestone in terms of all the nuggets you've provided today? Mission, core values, storytelling. What are some of the nuggets you'd want to bring into the boardroom at the fiduciary board level?
At the board level, well, that's a really wide question. I think there's a couple things, Brenda, to consider, especially if people are considering adding board directors, or for those in the audience who are considering maybe being a board director yourself.
Okay.
First thing is, companies will often have a board matrix. They'll have their idea of what are the different skills that they want to have represented on the board. And so if you're a company, you want to be able to be thinking of what are the different skills and experiences that you want on the board to be able to help guide your executive team and your entire company. So for instance, for me, I have been a strategic consultant. So there's strategy. Strategy is a very big part of what happens on the board to help the company think about their short and long-term strategy. Okay. Two, I'm a go-to-market expert. I'm in sales, and many boards will have different experts in different disciplines. So pretty much every board will have a former or currently sitting CEO to be a CEO coach or mentor. Oftentimes there will be a financial expert who was a CFO or worked at one of the big audit firms, because they might be chair of the audit committee to help drive all of the financial and regulatory issues that are on there. And then oftentimes they'll have a product person that helps them with the actual product. My expertise would go to market for sales and marketing and branding. And you want different members on the board to have different expertise, so you can bring that and have resources for all those different areas of knowledge that will help to upscale and scale your team. The next piece is, you want to be able to have a culture in the boardroom that is reflective and complementary to your culture as a company. So you, just in the same way you want to do behavioral interviewing for your employees to make sure that the employees are aligned and operate in adherence with your core values and are passionate about your mission, you want that in the boardroom too. You don't want people that are just going to tick the boxes for experience and resume, but they're passionate about what it is that your company is doing, and that they will behave in a way that will help to further those core values and the culture. The last thing that I'll say is, you want to be able to have discourse and open conversation in the boardroom. Yes. And you want to be able to promote diversity of thoughts and ideas, so that you not only can have different experiences represented in the boardroom, but you're going to be able to have different respectful conversation so that the best idea wins, and that you can have board directors who will challenge your way of thinking and ask questions to make sure that you're getting that top performance. And many companies, they think they want that in the boardroom, but they actually operate in a way where they want more yes people on the board, just people to validate and say yes and agree. That is not going to be the most effective board. You actually want people in the boardroom who are going to be able to challenge your way of thinking, to call you when there may be a better way to do things. And of course, they're not the ones ultimately making the decision. You, as the operators, are going to make the decisions, but you want to have respectful discourse where people are going to be able to challenge the way of thinking rather than just have stamp of approval in the boardroom.
Excellent. Thank you for changing course there. So skill matrix, largely functional, strategy, finance, go-to-market sales, prior CEO or sitting CEO. Culture in the boardroom that is reflective of the company. So
Absolutely.
actually choosing and through the interview processes, right? For the corporate
Absolutely, yeah.
boardroom. I like that. And then finally, diversity of thought, right?
Diversity of thought is really important, not only in the boardroom, it's important inside the company too.
Mhm.
And that is when we go back to having the best culture and behavioral interviewing, all of those kind of things